I'm back and I'm ready. But first, there are some things I do want to go over. And thanks for giving me a chance to do something that I've really wanted to do for years, but like never had the courage or chutzpah or to do it until very recently. That said, I think my consistency is going to actually be a lot better because my mood's up. The Exorcism of Marge Simpson was a success, and I'm just ready to start filming myself watching YouTube videos again. I'm just ready. I've honestly been fine. Like, I know there's been some expressed concern. Don't worry about that. Life's just happening. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. Um, to be honest, my husband bought me two a 2 month subscription to World of Warcraft, so I have been playing that quite a lot. I will admit, because I got 2 months. Um, and I think that's pretty necessary. I need some World of Warcraft every now and then. But hello, I'm back. I'm over 100 subs, and I just think that this calls for a celebration. This video is actually a recommendation from Day Ray Antiqua. Tell me if I've butchered your name, but you've been a very solid presence in my in the fucking comment section. So, and he's recommending a few videos, and so this one's for him. Thank you. Um, what am I forgetting now? Oh yeah, let's get on with it.
There are an abundance of iconic combinations out there, like spaghetti and meatballs, a sorority girl in a white Jeep, or depression and alcoholism. But like US presidents and convertibles, not everything can be a match made in heaven. And as much as Mother Russia
We're going there that fast.
Seas, nearly landlocked nations and stellar navies don't exactly go hand in hand. But for all the Russian Navy's dismal, underwhelming, pathetic lack of glory in the early 20th century, it's always important to look on the bright side.
I do know how stupid the Russian Navy
So on today's episode, I'm going to learn you all about
has
the
been in the
misadventures
past.
of the Russian Baltic
Like,
fleet.
oh yeah. This should be good. This should be good.
It's the turn of the 20th century, and what better way to kick off a new era than expansion? Russia is cold, which is great for things like stopping Nazis and badass TikToks, but not ideal for ports. Having your port turn to ice every winter is what those of us more versed in nautical terms would call not very cash money. The Russian Empire notices China has a pretty nifty port with, get this, warm water. However, there's this pesky little thing called a border in the way. But that's okay. China isn't European. It's not a real country. So Russia takes control and gets the Chingalisa in the port. Japan doesn't like what they see, so they meet with Russia and are all like, "Hey, vodka boy, invading China is our thing." But Russia won't share, leaving diplomacy dead in the water. But that's okay. The new DLC just dropped and everyone's new toys. So the Japanese attack Port Arthur, kicking off the Russo-Japanese War.
Thank you for that.
A few battles, and the Russians are losing pretty badly. So the Tsar authorizes quite the preposterous
fucking that Tsar. Every time I see his fucking face, Tsar Nicholas.
But BlueJay, what's so preposterous about sending reinforcements? Well, kiddo, the Baltic part of Russian Baltic Fleet means it operates in, get this, the Baltic. And as we learned earlier, boats don't like ice, so you can't go this way to Port Arthur, meaning the Tsar authorized a plan for an 18,000-mile journey around the world, which is 29,000 kilometers, or 1,140,480,000
Just why, though?
The voyage was also a logistical nightmare, as the Russians didn't have any holdings in Africa or South Asia to refuel along the way. Add that to the fact that the fleet spent months at a time frozen in ports, so the crew of mostly uneducated peasants couldn't tell you the difference between a bowline knot and a porcelain pie.
Yeah.
This group of inexperienced conscripts is put under the command of Admiral Rozhetsvensky, a man so prone to anger that his staff made sure to keep a large supply of binoculars at the ready due to how often he would throw them overboard. But hey, fuck it, what better way to learn than a trial by fire, right? So they set sail on their epic quest to turn the tide of the war and bring glory to the motherland.
God, these
And immediately
Russian
the flagship runs
generals
aground and a cruiser loses his
are just
engine.
so
While they're waiting
fucking
for the flagship
petulant,
to
you know
refloat,
what I
a destroyer
mean?
forgot friendly fire was on and rammed into a battleship, prompting it to return for repairs. Don't worry, men. Surely this can't be foreshadowing. As the fleet pushed on, a growing hysteria spread amongst the crew. They were afraid that at any second they'd be ambushed by Japanese torpedo boats. By Denmark. But the crewmen didn't have time to worry about things as frivolous as logic. So when two fishermen approached the fleet to deliver a message,
Russia?
they opened fire.
Logic?
The two fishermen survived the
What?
false alarm without a scratch thanks to the horrible standards of the Russian gunnery. As for their message, they informed Rear Admiral Rozhetsvensky that he had been promoted to Vice Admiral.
Cool.
Iron this. This wouldn't be the only false alarm, as later another ship signaled that she was under attack by 8 Japanese torpedo boats, only to find out that there were 0 Japanese torpedo boats.
What?
There was just nothing there. Having survived the Baltic, our heroes made their way towards Britain, where they encountered a small
They're just
fishing
stupid?
trawlers at Dogger Bank.
Like,
But surely by now our skittish
are
sailors
they
have learned
stupid?
their
Like,
lesson.
like paranoid shit?
Chaos ensued as the Russians laid down hellfire.
I'm gonna
on
go
the unsuspecting
stupid.
Fishermen. The Russians are going bonkers. Some run around the deck aimlessly waving cutlasses to repel imaginary boarding parties, while others just cuddle up on the deck with life jackets, accepting their demise. Keep it up, man.
Yeah.
These Japanese have horrendous aim, Igor. We haven't even taken a hit. But hey, at least this time we made sure they weren't fishermen first. We're shooting at fishermen. aren't we?
Absolutely.
Definitely a possibility,
Absolutely.
sir. Well, at least we didn't fire on our own ships, killing a sailor and
Yeah.
Russian Orthodox priest.
Uh-huh.
The British trawler fleet were sitting ducks.
Now
as
we're
their
gonna
mates in the
pretend
water
that never
prevented a hasty
happened.
escape, and the Russians fired at them for 20 minutes.
Russia
before
doesn't
realizing
like-
their mistake.
likes to
While this
pretend
sounds
that
like a
it-
setup for a massacre, you forget our
its
heroes
history
are about
doesn't
as effective
exist,
as a guy holding a
basically.
fish on Tinder, sinking only one trawler and damaging 2 of their own ships. The battleship Oriole really captured the spirit of a TikTok pickup artist, reportedly shooting 500
Like,
shots
lots of
without
countries
scoring
do
a
that,
single
but I
hit.
think they're
2
honestly one of the
fishermen and
fucking
2
worst.
Russians died in the mayhem.
No
So at
kidding.
least the survivors can brag at the local pub that they tied with the Russian Navy. This event became known as the Dogger Bank incident and nearly ignited a war between Russia and Britain. The Brits just settled for revoking their access to the Suez Canal, forcing the Russians to make a slight tweak in their course. The slow, coal-powered fleet made its way towards Africa, attacking more civilians and cutting underwater telegraph cables along the way. They met up with some German supply ships to refuel due to the aforementioned lack of African holdings to make port. What nice friends, those Germans. I'm sure their relationship will last. Africa's pretty big, almost as big as my self-loathing, so they took on double loads of coal and kept giant piles of the stuff just sitting on deck. Definitely the kind of thing to land you an EPA audit. But it's not like any sailors were going to die from
Foreshadowing
black
was
lung,
good.
except for the ones who did. Morale is low, so the Russian crew decides to lift their spirits by treating themselves to the exotic pets of Madagascar. Alright, men, you all can... Hey, Igor, stop sniffing glue for a sec, buddy. You all can go to shore and pick out one thing to bring back with you. Nothing too crazy, like snakes or crocodiles.
Have they all just gone bad?
What did I say? Sir, I can explain. Watch it throw back the shot at Tito's. The ship became a floating zoo as the crew brought on a bunch of animals to roam the
Any
deck freely,
Russians
including
in
a
my
crocodile
comments?
and a venomous snake, which apparently took a liking for vodka. Panic followed shortly when the snake wrapped itself around guns and bit a commanding officer.
Is this
One sailor
offensive
gifted
to
the
you,
admiral
or-
a parrot, which soon took after his rather extensive vocabulary
Is
of
this
Russian
just
curses.
how you
The
how
flagship
you've
soon became
experienced it
overrun with chameleons who
yourself?
would frequently go missing due to their ability to seamlessly camouflage.
I mean, I have no
Hey,
words
Igor,
for
have you
shit
seen
like
Comrade
this.
Camo? I can't find the little guy anywhere. No, I don't think so. Have you seen him private? Yeah, I don't think he's seen him either. But a good zoo isn't complete without an underwater exhibit. And luckily for them, the cooling plant on their refrigeration ship broke down, forcing them to dump all their meat into the ocean and give them a nice following of sharks. At one point, the fleet was holding one of many funerals for a sailor who died of illness.
Oh
During
my
the
God.
ceremony, the Kamchatka fired a gun salute. Excellent work, gentlemen. Hey, say, you boys did make sure to load blanks, right? Yes, sir. Yeah. Igor, you're looking kinda pale there, buddy. After some more shenanigans, like foiling a mutiny and receiving a shipment of fur boots and coats instead of ammo, Admiral Rozhetsvensky realized that they were approaching Japan. Ah, shit, that's right, I didn't train them. So he decided to run some gunnery
What do you mean you
practice
didn't
on a stationary
train?
target. Miraculously, our group of misfits managed to score a single hit on the ship towing the target. But hey, potato potato. At long last, the Baltic fleet closes in on Japan, approaching the Tsushima Strait during the night. The fleet extinguishes their lights to maintain stealth, all except for the Orel, which, as a hospital ship, kept them burning in accordance with the rules of war. The Orel comes upon a Japanese ship in the dark. And finally, after an extensive list of false alarms attacking fishermen and merchants alike across half of the high seas, they come across an actual Japanese vessel
Oh.
and determine it to be Russian. So they use their lights to communicate with it.
How could a group of people fuck up this badly? Like,
The Battle of Tsushima ensues. Will our gallant sailors hold their own against the
I
Japanese?
mean, I know why.
Was
I'll talk about later, but
4,000
it's
Russians
just
died, with an
fascinating.
additional 7,300 taken
So
prisoner, compared to
embarrassing.
roughly 100 Japanese deaths. This effectively ended the war, marking the first time in history that an Eastern power defeated a European one. Way to go, buddy. Let's add that one to the scoreboard. Oh dear. So, in conclusion, the Russian Baltic Fleet's odyssey around the world is a tale full of shenanigans and blunders, with our troublemaking peasant crew racking
That's
up
like
quality
fucking
body
straight
count
up
of innocents,
negligence,
millions of
dude.
friends before
Like,
seeing an actual
it's like-
enemy. And yes, while they may have attacked ships from practically every global power,
They
disabled
should
cities'
not
communication
have
grids,
access
killed fellow sailors with
to
gross negligence of safety practices,
oceans.
nearly ignited a major European war,
Any
and were about
like
as
this,
accurate
no.
as Helen Keller playing laser tag. They also taught a snake to drink vodka. 9 out of 10 stars.
That snake did not live very long. I do not think. I would not assume that. Oh my god. I just read a book, and it's called A Short History of Russia, because I find it fascinating, you know what I mean? And the sadism, the sociopathy, the fucking evil, the KGB, their main goal, in my opinion, and in my analysis, is just maintain Russia's image at all costs, even if it means doing horrific shit to our people. These people just really want to have power over everything, and it's such a large swath of land. They have people in charge that are so good at just propaganda, like it just being fed everything that the country wants you to hear. That's it. They don't want, they're not going to tell you the history. They're going to tell you the victories. Tsar Nicholas II, who was just so out of touch with his people. He had no idea what the fuck was going on. He did not care. He was busy, dude. He was, and then, I'm not saying rightfully. I think that murder was heinous. I don't know. What's your opinion on that? Like, if he hadn't been assassinated, I think it was just that Lenin, like, needed him to just kind of disappear away from people, so he's not, like, considered a martyr or anything. Like, his death wouldn't stir shit up, really. And then along came Stalin. Right after Lenin's death, I don't remember what he died. I think that he had been shot, and he just never got better. Like, he had been treated. I don't know. I know he wasn't well, and he died of something that was like, I think it was a gunshot related thing. And the philosophy never changed. It just never changed. Protect our image no matter what. I'll stop there. Sorry about that. Not sorry. That's why I have this channel. Anyways, let me know what you think. I'm just kind of rambling on, just giving my thoughts on Russia. If you want, like, a book, honestly, that's just kind of short and sweet, that gives you an overview, because the fucking history, if you can go so deep into this history, there's so many complications. Book is called A Short History of Russia, and it's by Mark Galeotti. Galeotti? I fucking butchered that. I am sorry, but it's a good one. It's a good one. Thanks for listening to me. Let me know your opinion. Before I go, I just have to say, Russia's scary. You know, we can joke all we want and stuff, but it's scary because The philosophies are still there. But enough with the philosophies. But enough. But with the philosophies, my voice is starting to crackle and I don't want to over stress it. So I'll say goodnight and I'll see you later.